Hello, everybody. My name is Zibusiso Mkwanazi, and I'm an entrepreneur. Today, I'm partnering with the Tiger Valley Shopping Center to help, their loyal shoppers, the community, and South Africans as a whole. The coronavirus has affected a lot of us. It's affected our families, it's affected friends, it's affected businesses, and it's affected us in more ways, more than one. So I take my hat off to the Tiger Valley Shopping Center today for taking the initiative to provide information such as the information I'm going to share today, which is business tips and advice on how the business can survive the coronavirus epidemic. So I'm going to do my best to do that. And always remember, we may be isolated, but we're not alone as South Africans. So hope you enjoyed the advice. Crisis is a time of change. Now, we've got two ways of looking at a crisis. You could see it as a time of disaster, or you can see it as a time to effect major change. Now, change is happening, right, in our external environment. Change is happening all over the country. Now, you've got two types of people. You've got people that will anticipate change to happen and plan for change to happen. And when you start planning for change to happen, that's when you start seeing the opportunities. And you've got another type of person. And the other type of person is a type of person that will not plan for change. They will be shocked when change is about to happen. As a businessman in my own business, as soon as the coronavirus hit, the first thing that I was thinking about is how is this going to impact us? And during this lockdown, every day when I wake up, I think about how is it going to impact us, and what are the things that I can do to change and cushion the impact of the reality of the way that our country is changing. I mean, consumers are changing. When you think about it, now is the time for businesses to show more their values, the empathetic side of the business rather than the chest beating message that we are great, we are great, we are great. And because the consumer themselves is also going to change where it's going to be more of a minimalistic consumer. So then they're not about to be buying luxury goods. The new consumer after coronavirus in the new normal, they're not about to be buying luxury goods. They're going to be watching their rands. They're going to be watching their cents. They likely not to become people that will go out frequently and regularly. So hypothetically, if you are a restaurant owner, it means now this is the time to invest in e-commerce platforms, because it's likely that you're not going to get as many feet coming through your door as you traditionally would have because of the behavior of the consumer post-lockdown. And depending on the type of business that you are in, if you're in the transport business, it's repurposing your infrastructure due to change. So as an example, if you're in the transport business, I don't think anyone now wants to be in a packed vehicle, say a combi or a bus, whatever the case might be. They want spaces in between. It means that you potentially can grow your amount of contracts through that one statistic. Whereas before, you could load 30 people in a vehicle. Now, you probably won't load no more than 10 to 15, which means that you need a second vehicle. It's adjusting to that type of change, showing, your potential contract holder why you need extra vehicles, as an example. Now it's finding every day, we all need to find opportunity, right? Because it's all about change. We have to come to the reality that change is coming. When you think about the new consumer in the new world that we are entering, the new consumer is going to be more health conscious. They're going to be conscious about about what they touch, obviously. So these are going to be the after effects of Corona. They're going to be conscious of what they eat. They're going to be conscious of so much more than what they were conscious of. It means that in your shop environment or your environment, safety is now a bigger concern. I remember before with banks, they used to, way back in the day, there used to be those thick glass screens, in front of you, between you and the bank teller. And banks moved to more of a more fluid, more homey, better relationship type of environment. But now when you think about it, post-Corona, we're potentially going back there, because now health safety has now just like risen up a couple of ranks in our consideration in what we do post this normal. So it means that, in your shop front in particular, you have to start thinking about how you make it more safe. So in fact, your marketing messages have to be entrenched around that if you come to my shop, we have this measures and we have these measures and we have these measures to ensure that you don't get sick, because you're dealing with a consumer, in the new normal that would have come out from a very traumatic experience. Now, another thing to think about very carefully is media consumption, around the new consumer. Whereas if you notice now, there's a lot of content being published on social networks, on WhatsApp, on Instagram. There's a new culture of live videos that are establishing. Now, these live videos are eyeballs that are literally fighting with the TV screen. So eyeballs are now moving to the smaller screen faster than anticipated because of the coronavirus. Network usage is up. So it says that there's also new opportunity, to create a different type of content than what you would have in the past. I mean, we know that TV advertising is not the cheapest form of advertising. Now there's a new opportunity of small screen advertising on people's phones. It's working. It's your brand working with content creators. You don't need a lot of money to do this. You just need to find the right content creators, working with the right content creators, because new opportunities are opening. This period is creating a new behavior in content consumption, that will continue even post Corona. So those are the things to think about, in your business from a safety perspective, from a marketing perspective, from a brand positioning perspective. How do you behave in this new normal? And I thank you for your time. Thank you.